All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Norwegian Prime Minister Erna Solberg arrives in New Delhi. Raisina Dialogue and boosting bilateral cooperation high on the agenda. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman charges Congress President Rahul Gandhi with misleading the nation on orders for Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. BJP appoints Rajnath Singh as President of Manifesto Committee for Lok Sabha elections. Arun Jaitley to head party's publicity wing. Sheikh Hasina to be sworn in as Bangladesh Prime Minister today for the third time in a row. At least 40 people killed in a gold mine collapse at Badakhshan in Afghanistan. In football, India record first AFC Asia Cup win in 55 years, beat Thailand 4-1 at Abu Dhabi. And rain delays start of fifth day's proceedings of Sydney Cricket Test. India lead by 316 runs against Australia. The Prime Minister of Norway, Ms. Erna Solberg, arrived in New Delhi this morning on a 3-day visit to India. She is accompanied by senior officials of her government and a large business delegation. Tomorrow, Ms. Solberg will hold talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. She will also call on President Ramnath Kovind and Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will call on the visiting dignitary. The Norwegian Prime Minister will also deliver the inaugural address at the Raisina Dialogue and address the India-Norway Business Summit. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The visit of Prime Minister of Norway will provide an opportunity to review the progress in bilateral cooperation between the two countries and discuss ways to further expand the multifaceted partnership in areas of common interest. More than 100 Norwegian companies have invested in India in areas such as shipbuilding, petroleum-related services, hydropower, clean energy, and IT services. Several major Indian companies are also present in Norway. India and Norway have shared interest in sustainable use of ocean resources for growth of economies. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Japanese Foreign Affairs Minister Taro Kono is arriving in New Delhi today on a 3-day visit to India. During his visit, Mr. Kono will meet with the External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj. He will also attend the India-Japan Friendship Forum tomorrow. Australian Foreign Minister Marise Payne will also be on a 3-day visit to India from today. Ms. Payne will hold meetings with Ms. Swaraj, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley and Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. She will also participate in the Raisina Dialogue. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has hit back at Congress President Rahul Gandhi after he accused her of lying about procurement orders worth 1 lakh crore rupees for Hindustan Aeronautical Limited HAL. Ms. Sitharaman said Mr. Gandhi is misleading the country. In a tweet, the Congress President had alleged that the Defence Minister lied in Parliament and demanded that she should either place the documents in support of her statement or resign. In a counter-tweet, Ms. Sitharaman gave the details of contracts awarded to HAL since 2014 when the BJP came to power. She said more than 49,000 crore rupees contract to HAL for supply of 83 light combat aircraft Tejas to Indian Air Force was at the technical evaluation stage. Another contract, whose tentative size is 20,000 crore rupees for supply of a batch of Karnov Ka-226T helicopters, was also in the similar stage. BJP has appointed a committee to prepare its manifesto for upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Senior leader and Union Minister Rajnath Singh will be the president of the 20-member panel. A statement issued by the party last evening said Union Ministers Arun Jaitley, Nirmala Sitharaman, Ravi Shankar Prasad, Piyush Goyal and Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi and former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan are among the members of the committee. Mr. Jaitley will head a publicity wing while Mr. Prasad will be in charge of a media group committee. Mr. Nitin Gadkari will head a committee that will reach out to social and volunteer organizations. Ms. Sushma Swaraj will head a group that will produce literature for the polls. Several bills are listed in today's legislative business of both the Houses of Parliament. In the Lok Sabha, the bills which will be taken up include the Personal Laws Amendment Bill, the DNA Technology Use and Application Regulation Bill, and the National Medical Commission Bill. In the Rajya Sabha, the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Bill, the Consumer Protection Bill, and the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill are among those listed in today's business. Women and Child Development Minister Maneka Gandhi will confer national awards to 97 Anganwadi workers at a function in New Delhi today. The awards will be given to the workers for their exceptional achievements in 2017-18. More from our correspondent.
The government had formulated the scheme in 2000-2001 to award Anganwadi workers at the national and state level. The award is given annually to motivate the workers and recognize their exemplary services in the field of child development and related areas under the Integrated Child Development Services Scheme. The award at the national level comprises a cash prize of 50,000 rupees and citation, while 10,000 rupees are given for the state level award. From this year, the government has doubled the cash prize of national level award from the earlier 25,000 rupees. With Anand, Tripti Srivastav, AIR News, Delhi.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. Awami League President Sheikh Hasina will take oath as the Prime Minister of Bangladesh today for the third consecutive term. A 47-member Council of Ministers, including 31 new faces, will also be sworn in. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid will administer the oath of office to Ms. Hasina and the ministers at Bang Bhavan in the afternoon. Awami League and its allies secured 288 seats in the elections held for the 299-member parliament recently. This will be the fourth government under the 71-year-old leader and third in a row since January 2009. Earlier, she was the Prime Minister from 1996 to 2001. A strong 6.6 magnitude earthquake struck off the Indonesian coast early today, but no tsunami warning was issued. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake hit at a depth of 60 kilometers under the Malacca Sea near the city of Ternate. There was no immediate report of any damage or casualty. Indonesia is still reeling from last month's deadly tsunami, which was triggered by an erupting volcano in the Sun Strait. More than 400 people had lost their lives. In Afghanistan, at least 40 people have been killed and 10 injured in the collapse of a gold mine in Kohistan district of Badakhshan province. Authorities said the villagers had dug a 200 feet deep shaft along the riverbed to search for gold. A wall collapsed yesterday when the miners were inside the mine. Provincial governor's spokesman said the villagers were not professional miners. Back home, cold wave conditions continue unabated in the northern states due to snowfall and rains. In Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh is experiencing severe cold due to overcast sky and intermittent snowfall at the upper reaches. Sub-zero temperatures have been recorded at various places in the region. Our correspondent has filed this report.
There was no respite from the bone-biting cold conditions during the daytime also, and minus 1.3 degrees Celsius was recorded in Leh town yesterday. The minimum temperature had settled at minus 10.1 degrees Celsius. Severe cold has affected power generation, forcing the authorities for load shedding during day and night, and it has also thrown normal life out of gear across the region. Yangchen Dolma, AIR News from Leh.
In Himachal Pradesh, Shimla witnessed the second snowfall of the season. Keelong, Kalpa, Kufri, Dalhousie and Manali are reeling under sub-zero temperatures. In Uttar Pradesh, rain accompanied with hailstorm at some places has intensified cold in the state. In many districts, schools have been closed due to the cold weather. Our correspondent has the details.
Cold winds swept the state after rain lashing many districts yesterday and hailstorm at some places. 2 persons lost their life in Gonda district after lightning struck them while they were working in fields during rain. Hailstorm in Tarai and eastern parts of the state damaged crops badly. Meanwhile, schools till 12 are closed today in many districts, including state capital Lucknow, in the wake of fresh rain predictions and chilly weather conditions. According to Met Department, light rain and thunder showers are likely to occur at isolated places over eastern part of the state during next 24 hours, and dense fog is also likely in western parts. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Cyclonic storm Pabuk over the Bay of Bengal has weakened into a deep depression. It currently lays centered some 65 kilometers west-northwest of Port Blair. It is likely to weaken further in the next 12 hours. More from our correspondent.
The cyclonic storm has weakened and formed into a deep depression. Under the influence of it, several parts of the islands have been witnessing heavy rain. Sea is rough and the fishermen have been advised not to venture into sea. Ferry services are normal and all inter-island ships have been suspended. 2 ships have sailed for Shahid and Swaraj Deep. This is Musin from Port Blair for AR News.
On to sports. India has made a thrilling start to its 2019 Asian Football Confederation AFC Asian Cup campaign. They defeated Thailand 4-1 at Abu Dhabi last evening to go at the top of 4-team Pool A. For India, Captain Sunil Chhetri scored a brace with Aniruddha Thapa and JJ Lalpeklua being the other goal scorers. Thailand's only goal was scored by Terasil Tangra. The win was India's first in the Asian Cup in 55 years. They will face UAE in their second game on Thursday. In cricket, the fifth and final day's play of the Sydney Test between India and Australia was delayed due to rain this morning. Australia was 6 for no loss in their second innings, trailing by 316 runs when stumps were drawn early yesterday due to bad light. In the first innings, Australia were dismissed for 300 and were enforced a follow-on. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program, Public Speak, will bring you a discussion tonight on Ayushman Bharat, a revolutionary step towards public health. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Anuja. Defence Minister taking on Congress Chief over order for HAL accusing each other of lying and misleading the nation is a lead story in almost all the dailies today. The Hindu writes, Nirmala lied on HAL orders, Rahul. Beat full media report, says Minister. Raga misleading country over HAL, accused of lying, Sitharaman hits out at Congress Chief, writes DNA. The news of citizenship bill being tabled in Lok Sabha today has also been covered by most newspapers in their front pages. The Tribune reports dissent notes by 4 opposition parties can't link with religion. The Pioneer headline, Shiv Sena joins opposition ranks on citizenship bill after backing the Congress demand for a JPC into the Rafale fighter jet deal. GST panel nod to Kerala levying 1% calamity cess, reports the Financial Express, to fund rehabilitation work in the state hit by floods. Ministers propose to shield small units from GST burden, allowing states to impose calamity cess, is a headline in the Times of India. Registration of vehicles may be capped in Delhi, headlines in the Sun Times, that could make it harder to own a new vehicle in the city and may also limit cars' entry, aiming to fight traffic congestion and air pollution. The Times of India, quoting the Law Minister, writes, Aadhaar may be linked with driving license to tackle the problem of duplicate and fraudulent documents. China passes law to make Islam compatible with socialism, is a report in the Statesman. In a front page story, the Asian Age reports, Brexit hit United Kingdom universities, India-China student who pay much higher fees than the locals. And finally, DNA writes, railways may seal stations 20 minutes prior to hold airport-like screening, as a security plan has already been put in motion at Prayagraj in anticipation of the Kumbh Mela from January 15. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Norwegian Prime Minister Erna Solberg arrives in New Delhi. Raisina Dialogue and boosting bilateral cooperation high on the agenda. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman charges Congress President Rahul Gandhi with misleading the nation on orders for Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. BJP appoints Rajnath Singh as President of Manifesto Committee for Lok Sabha elections. Arun Jaitley to head party's publicity wing. Sheikh Hasina to be sworn in as Bangladesh Prime Minister today for the 3rd time in a row. At least 40 people killed in a gold mine collapse at Badakhshan in Afghanistan. In football, India record first AFC Asia Cup win in 55 years, beats Thailand 4-1 at Abu Dhabi, and rain delays start of 5th day's proceedings of Sydney Cricket Test. India lead by 316 runs against Australia. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.